Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you may be, guys, gals, everything in between. This is Mavakaga bringing you another Mavakaga exclusive. If you're just joining me for the first time, I'd appreciate if you do subscribe to the channel. I talk about everything current and upcoming and things that are happening around the world. Right now, we're still covering this whole Hong Kong protest fiasco that's going on. So, shoot me a subscribe. Hit that bell icon. You'll be notified every time I make a new video, which is just about daily nowadays. And I'll always provide new content for each and every one of you. I appreciate all the new people that have come on board with me. I will continue to provide as best as I can. If you are new, I just wanted to tell you guys I do not edit any of my videos. I just put them all up in one shot the way I think it should be. If you guys have any comments, suggestions, opinions, good, bad, whatever, leave them down in the basement below in the comment section. As well, give me a thumbs up. I would appreciate that. But more importantly, subscribe. I would love for you guys to come on board with me. As I said, today we're discussing some more of the Hong Kong protest that's going on. The picture that you see above is the actual amount of protesters hitting the streets about 9 hours ago. I heard that it's about 1.7 million. That is a very strong united front there. So I'm going to read you some comments from people, what they think about what's going on. And again, I want you guys to also give me your opinions as to your thoughts and feelings of this whole scenario that's happening over in Hong Kong right now. So let's read some people's opinions. I'm taking these from Reddit. I usually get the comments and suggestions from other sites as well, but for today we're going to read some Reddit comments. Let's see what they have to say about this whole front. Damn, that's a massive turnout. Glad to see the people of Hong Kong have stayed strong and not allowed the authorities to bully them into giving up. Strength in numbers. One thing I also want to suggest to you guys before I continue reading. You could also use these videos of mine as a podcast in case you're at work, you can't watch videos, you're not allowed, or you're in the car, or you're jogging, exercising, whatever it is you're doing. And if you want to just hear the video instead of being able to see it, I mean, of course, I'll still provide videos that you have visualization with, but a lot of these have audio only, and that's for the people that are not able to actually watch the video but can listen to it. So I guess a little bit of something for everybody. Another people's opinions now. That's just one apartment building's turnout. Super excited to see when others join in. China's letting Hong Kong round itself up. Makes it easier to drag them into trucks and then flatten those who refuse to go. I would give that a thumbs down. How do they handle sanitation and food and drink? Strength in numbers. I've been out of the loop. I feel like this is a no stupid question. But what are they protesting? The invasion of Chinese military? We could read the replies to that question. Let's see here. A couple million protesters is still like a drop in the bucket. My friend told me it's 50-50 in Hong Kong in terms of who wants to get the frig out and protest. You're the first person I've seen whose response to the Hong Kong turnout is meh. If half the city goes out to protest, that's a pretty big deal, and very, very loud voice. Seeing so many people stand up for their rights is inspiring, in my opinion. When was the last time 2/7 of your country's population stood up and went out of their way to fight for what they believe in? Another one says, as an American, never, although I do have dreams. Another comment, I'm not an American, but what about the Civil War? One person says, everyone who isn't protesting me is a supporter, is straight up propaganda. Then your friend knows nothing of the situation. LOL, 50% of the population on strike would be incredible. The last huge strike, which is still one of the biggest strikes in history in France in the 60s, for example, was about 12 million, with a population of 50, which was incredibly huge and brought France to the brink of collapse and scared the S out of the government. I'm all for spreading the word, but in a totally non-snarky way. That sub seems to be nothing but pictures of protesters or supporters. It's cool to see the scale of the whole thing, no doubt, but there's hardly any information there. Is there somewhere that's less thoughts and prayers and continue more information on the situation ongoings? Well, if you've been following the news at all in the last 2 to 3 months, you'd have plenty of websites where you can go to and find out the situation as to what's going on in Hong Kong. That's my opinion. Another comment here, very well done. What they are doing is very brave. They continue to protest even after so many horrible videos come out. Another one says, I want HK to storm Area 51. That's pretty funny. To an extent, Americans can learn a great deal from these people. I respect them. Hong Kong welcomed us all. I'm probably the only one, but I honestly have no idea what the protests are about. There's a lot of people that don't know what it's about. I mean, as I said, go on the websites, just type in Hong Kong protest. You'll be bombarded with websites telling you exactly what's going on. I mean, come on. Let's see. Another one says, this is what we achieved today. Thank you, Hong Kong government. Can the government at least show some respect? In response to the public meeting held in Victoria Park today, August 18, a government spokesman said that though the public meeting was generally peaceful, the participants occupied a number of thoroughfares on Hong Kong Island, seriously affecting traffic and causing much inconvenience to the community. The Transport Department and the police have actively coordinated with concerned parties to minimize the impact. The spokesman reiterated that it was most important to restore social order as soon as possible. The government will begin sincere dialogue with the public, mend social rifts, and rebuild social harmony when everything has calmed down. Further comments. I look at that and I think those people may die for something I take for granted. It's pretty sobering. I think everyone should see this comment. This is a very political comment coming up, I can tell already. Did you ever look at dead Iraqis and think, those people died to enrich the 1% and keep the American economy afloat with the biggest war budget of any nation on earth? It's pretty sobering. It's really funny because the whole is soldiers died for your right to vote or died for your freedom thing is pretty much false. And these civilians in a foreign land are actually making a real stand against tyranny as a symbol for the whole world to see. Killing some cave-dwelling heroin dealers in Afghanistan is not a rally against evil like we thought it was. This is why I effing hate it when people say that America is an oppressive or tyrannical country. The US and every single other country is by no means a perfect country, and just like every other nation on this planet, we have our own share of problems, and we can improve like everyone else. But we are lucky enough to live in a country that at least respects the Bill of Rights and Constitution, ideally speaking at least. Again, it's not perfect, and the government has done very shady, sometimes outright illegal things. But when you take it and frame it right next to China, the CCP, I think it's the CCCP, we have it really good. People here in the US are way too privileged. They say that we are being oppressed, but then forget that there are actual authoritarian, totalitarian states out there like China who are currently actively cracking down on the rights of their citizens. I'm not saying that that's not a reason to fix our problems or improve our country, but we need to be a little more appreciative of the rights and freedoms than what we have. I didn't realize that this many people are still protesting. I guess I'm used to one-day protests that go nowhere. Much respect to these people. Fight for what you believe in. They're now in their 11th week. One-day protests are why they go nowhere. Crap needs to get the F down for government and businesses to care. They don't give a crap about shutting down a downtown on a Saturday in the US. No one is working there anyway. These are the types of protests we should be seeing in the UK against Brexit. One-day protests don't do crap. Guys, gals, everything in between. If you want me to continue topics like this one, as I said, let me know in the comments below. I appreciate if you guys do subscribe. I'm going to continue posting more videos about this, about other events that are happening around the world. For now, I just wanted to say I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you like my opinions, the comments that I'm shooting at you guys, gals, and everything in between. For now, have a good day. I will talk to you guys very, very soon. Enjoy the rest of your days, evenings, wherever you may be around the world. For now, I'm out.